All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepted members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page. Two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. Links for the membership right down in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 Steps to the Redemption of Definitive Black Manhood, designed by the General strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. You can get a preview of the course just by clicking the link right there in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Hebrew Roundtable live stream where the brothers meet once a week discussing very vital, important, powerful information pertinent to our growth and development. Make sure you get over there, family. Check out the course. Become a brother. Become a member today. Ring the alarm. KingSeti.com online marketplace. Official General Sarasun Seti. DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like and love. Make sure you get over there, check out that catalog, get a discount, shop and save and shop. Everybody know the General got the popping his page on Patreon. It's going down right after this. We talking about the 7 sanctuaries of the Abydos temple, the spiritual stargates to the constellations of chaos. I want y'all to come over there. And right after this, click that link right there in the chat, Patreon, and be over there for a hell of a ride. You know I ain't gonna hold it up. That you know how I do. And so to all the family out there that donate to the General, thank you. Appreciate you. For those that would like to donate, the link is right there in the chat. Appreciate you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Here we go. Donald Trump then came out his, he didn't came out his neck. Said he is no doubt that he's going into Chicago. Say there's no goddamn doubt he didn't call. He said Chicago is a hellhole. He went down the previous 3 weekends and talking about all the killings and shit shootings that then went on, and this is what's giving him this is why he's going in, and because he's saying that the people must be, secured, that they must be safe, and saying that they're not safe. They're not safe. He's trying to say Chicago is the worst city on the planet. This is what he's saying. This is what he's saying, and so it's crazy how this man is, and at the same time, we can't get away from that. Don't make him right, but goddamn, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people is gonna validate what he's saying because they sick and tired of motherfuckers shooting up, and I'm quite sure people's is. I'm quite sure people's is tired of the shit. They tired. But and some people, and you have to say what it is. You can't sugarcoat shit. 50 motherfuckers shot in the weekend, and the man already talking about coming in, and then y'all motherfuckers gonna shoot up 50 motherfuckers in the weekend, and that's a problem. that is a problem. But should it be federalized where you bring military soldiers in? No, because it's against the law. No matter how you, but it need to be dealt with one way or goddamn another. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. We tend and like I say, we've been dealing with this shit for a long time. You feel what I'm saying? We got to acknowledge that. You know, and man, you know what I'm saying? I you know, in all my life, listen to me, and I'm just being real with you. In all my life, I've never seen Detroit fall out of the top 5. Where, you know, as far as violent, you know, and I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm just gonna be real with you. It was one for a long time. You see what I'm saying? One for a long fucking time. You know? So, you know, but I've never seen it. And so, I mean, we tend to normalize the shit. You know, niggas that come out of them cities and shit, you know, they tend and they you know, it's like you a fucking lion. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you just learn to live with the fucking whatever go down, you adapt. You know what I'm saying? And you live with it. You feel me? You live with it. But you know, you know, do we ever think of you know, the city changing and shit? You know what I'm saying? For real. After so many goddamn years and shit, or just straight up, just you know, havoc in the goddamn city. I'm not saying the man is right, but shit, I mean, who gonna do it though? Somebody got to do it. You know what I'm saying? It was just not long ago, man. Chicago had like 800 murders, 800 murders in a year. You know, it's fucked up. It's fucked up because when you weigh it in the scales, you think about like, goddamn, these motherfuckers, man. Listen, one year, and they saying it's getting better. But goddamn, what's getting better? And I ain't laughing. What's getting better, man? You know, we didn't kill 700 motherfuckers this year. We just killed 500. It's going down. You know, we didn't kill 700 motherfuckers. We just killed 500 this year. Yeah, we didn't kill, you know, some cities that killed 5. We didn't kill 500. We just killed 300 this year. You know, 350. We going down. We get motherfucker. We you know, some of these goddamn cities have been so high in fucking crime and shit. You know, and I'm not saying that, you know, we should get it together our fucking self. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's wild. That's all I can tell you. It's fucking wild. You know, all across the board. You know, all across the board. But it also again goes to the fact of not having economic stability. You see, not having access to jobs, you know, so people can take care of their families and shit, you know, and it's a whole lot of shit that these motherfuckers got in play to keep the reality the way it is. If they was really concerned, and you know what, I'm not trying to be no dictator type of nigga, you know, where you dictate what you know people say, and we talk about freedom of speech, but when that shit destroying the fucking people, you have to get rid of that shit. Like, you know, that goddamn drill music. You know, it's one thing, you know, where it used to be where a motherfucker, you know, was, you know, it was the demeanoring of women, you know, but now it didn't got even highly above that to where it's just a straight up, you know, you talking about executions on wax. Real motherfuckers actually talking about executions on wax. You see what I'm saying? Who they gonna hit and all of this, and you get a fucking Neanderthals to promote this shit, to produce this shit. You know, videos and all the whole fucking nine, and they are actually promoting this crazy shit, you know, out here like that, you know. And so, you know, back in the day, yeah, it was some shit, you know, where motherfuckers was being highly disrespectful of the sisters, and they still doing it. You know, but that was, you know, and yeah, it was some crazy, it was some shit where they, you know, they were talking about the drive-bys and shit like that, and, you know, and so on and so forth. But it's even beyond that now, because they would at least you'll get a motherfucker try to put a moral in the motherfucker story. You know, these motherfuckers just really, you know, rapping, premeditated, blueprints for executions and shit out here. And all of them is, a lot of them is dying in the street and shit. And, you know, they rap that shit and they die. It's just, it's whole channels where they just go every day, every other day. A rapper is dead, and more times than not is one of them drill niggas. You see what I'm saying? Is rapping that shit, and they ass end up in a box some damn where. So, you know, it is some crazy shit going on out here. It's some crazy shit going on, you know. And so, and you know, and as I say that, you know, and and motherfuckers, you know, if you motherfuckers is out here doing crazy ass shit, I mean, they the ones that bring that shit down on the people any motherfucking way. You know what I'm saying? I'm for Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I know Chicago is a black mecca, but there's something going wrong. I can't say it, and they know that. It's something terribly going wrong. You know, that's us. You know, that's us going in the ground out there. We got to say something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to do something. You feel me? Somebody got to do something about that shit for good. And we know ultimately what it takes. This shit right here does, you know, let's lock niggas up. Lock their ass up, get their ass. And some niggas need to be locked the fuck up. I'm just gonna be 1,000 with you. These niggas that don't give a fuck, pull up, shoot on the block, don't care, baby, woman, and whoever out there, motherfucker got to go. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going, you know. So it's a double-edged sword. It is. It's a double-edged sword. It's a fucking double-edged sword, because you could say, okay, you know, Donald Trump is not going to Chicago. He's not going into none of that. And then next week, it'll be another 50 motherfucker shot on the weekend. It'll be all over the news, and motherfuckers won't do shit. Shake their head and go on about their life, which they've been doing. You see what I'm saying? You know, yeah. Yeah, you can't do shit. You can't do a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you right in the Zach, brother. You know, you got to say what it is. You know, you can't be nervous to put the shit out there on the table. You know, somebody need in real talk. You know, real talk. You know, and because we don't like this motherfucker Trump. We just don't like him because he's bogus in a lot of ways. And so the people got disdain, across the board. They just have disdain for him, period, because he did fucked up shit. But in some, just like the border, it's right in his act, though. That part right there, right, is right in his act. They need to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, but they have, they've drunk that poison for so long that they can't live without it now. You see what I'm saying? They've been living off them motherfuckers for so goddamn long, out there picking that goddamn fruit and shit and the vegetables and all of that. To now, you see, they ain't got enough motherfuckers to go out there and do the goddamn work. So they done drunk on that poison for a long time. So, it's a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? It's a double-edged sword. You know, because who gonna stop? We got to stop this goddamn killing. What you gonna do? You know, anybody out there, you know, in real talk, let's be real. Let's not pussyfoot around the subject. Most of these, you know, and if you come from one of them cities and you know which cities I'm talking about, and you know good and goddamn well, since probably the late 70s to now, to fucking now, do you realize how long some of these cities, man, have been consistently knocking motherfuckers off? Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's a part of it though, brother Van. That's a part of it. You know, they keep that, you know, and so they can have the premise to come in and do the shit that they do. They need the premise to do it. So as long as they continue to do that, you feel me? Then you going, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you this though. Some of this shit out here, I mean, even in poverty, you know, I understand a hungry man, you know what I'm saying? But you talking about some ruthless niggas out here doing some, man, you talking about some wicked shit. You know, they, you know, you know, I mean, I could see him a man hungry and he robbed the supermarket and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, you rob the supermarket and get some food, or you go in there, even if you don't rob it, you go in there stealing. You know, you go in there stealing and shit, get you some food and shit. But to be, you know, knocking people off like that is wow. You feel me? That take a certain emptiness. You feel what I'm saying? To be able to do shit like that. And you got a lot of motherfuckers out here like that. Yeah. You got a lot of motherfuckers out here like that. You feel what I'm saying? Ruthless. You know, and shit, you know, and you know, coming up, like I said, most of these cities and you know what cities, every nigga on here probably in one of them cities. It's been consistent killing in these cities, man, since the late 70s. Consistent. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't been no, man, it don't be no ups and downs in goddamn Detroit. It just be up, and Mike, and you know what I'm saying? Now it's down a little bit but I looked up there again and it's still, you know, in the top 5. You know what I'm saying? In the top 5 all the motherfucking time. 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. But it don't drop out to 5 and shit. You see what I'm saying? So they've been consistently killing. So you a lot of times, you know, when niggas get ready, when you get ready to take a nigga poison from him, you know, they get to having withdrawal symptoms and shit and this, that, and the third. But, you know, how you gonna change it though? You gonna militarize? You can't stay there forever. I mean, shit. You gonna stay there forever? You know what I'm saying? How you gonna change it? You gonna militarize the cities? You gonna keep National Guards in the fucking cities forever? Or are you gonna get? So what is they intending on doing? You know, how do you eventually end what the fuck is going on? You feel me? Yeah, man, listen here. I ain't never known nothing else. And you know, straight up. Straight up. Coming up, even when I was in elementary school, Detroit was already off the chain. When I was in elementary school, they was coming to we was having police come to our classes. Where they had to teach a motherfucker about what's going on in the street. You know what I'm saying? So when I was already in fucking yeah. Yeah, well, that's how Detroit was. Detroit was one of them mobs. Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, St. Louis, all of that shit was mob ties. You feel what I'm saying? You know, and Detroit was known for hitting men even back then. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I was watching the motherfucking video where Al Capone was on the motherfucking phone say, man, we need a hit. The motherfucker first thing he said, call Detroit. Say we need a hit or we need a hit. That motherfucker say Al Capone say call Detroit. They known for hitmen back then and shit. So you all it ain't, but it is. I'm just saying, you know. So motherfuckers act like, oh, if he don't do this or what he's doing, and that, you know, all he have to do, even with the funds, it take it's gonna take, you know, a astronomical you know, attempt to turn this shit around, because it's been culture for so long. You feel me? It's been culture for so long, and so I know people's is upset, and I feel them, because this shit look like some shit overseas. But what's the alternative? It ain't working. It ain't working. We got to quit fooling ourselves that the other way, both ways is bullshit. The regular police and the shit that Donald Trump doing is some bullshit. Both of them. Don't act, oh, it's going down 30. Man, it's going down 30%. Man, listen here, man. Anybody and everybody know that goddamn Chicago been, and I'm just saying what it is, been killing on an escalated level for a long fucking time. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't never been no different. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. I ain't gonna let nobody lie to me. I know. I know. Yeah, I ain't never seen a year of my life in Detroit where that shit wasn't already, was crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So all that, that the other way, ain't neither one of them ways gonna work. Both of them is some militaristic bullshit that do not, deal with the root cause of why these cities are violent the way they are, man. This shit go even back, all the way back to slavery. Yes, it do. Motherfuckers don't know how long some of this shit been going on, and it's just become first nature for a lot of. So it's gonna take astronomical policies by the black community. You know, a lot of, when they talk about reparations, the first thing we got to repair is our motherfucking mind and our spirit. Fuck everything. If you don't repair the mind and the spirit, ain't no motherfucking reparation. That ultimately, that's what it's about. And we are so scarred and shit, man, living in the shit we've been living in for so fucking long. It's ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, and that's real. So, fuck, he all that, it's some problems going on. Do it require him to go in? No, it don't require him to go in. It still don't require him to go in. But at the same time, something got to happen at the same damn time, and it needs to happen now. Okay, it needs to happen motherfucking now. 700 murders 1 year, and then now it might be 450 is going. Man, that's crazy. That's still crazy fucking numbers, And so let me get out of here, family. We about to get over here. I'll be back a little later, though. We're gonna get on over here to Patreon. For all the family that wanna check it out. We about to go over to the 7 sanctuaries of the Abydos Temple, the spiritual stargates to the constellations of chaos. We about to get down right now. Yeah, it is a double-edged sword, but we wish the best for our people. We ain't saying this because we want to validate nothing that what this Neanderthal Trump is doing, but man, these numbers definitely, 50 people shot in the night in 1 week. That's crazy. And it happened. How many times do it happen in a year, though? How many times, do 50 motherfuckers or 30 motherfuckers or 40 motherfuckers get shot in a weekend in these cities? I'm gonna speak to Chicago because Chicago is bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger. And so, yeah, you can have, But even at, close to 3 million, you know what I'm saying? Shit, 50 motherfuckers. That's a lot of motherfuckers to just be getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, that's almost like some wild, wild west shit. But anyway, family, I be black. We wish our family all the best. We gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out. Believe that. But anyway, I be right black. Get over there to Patreon, family. I'm about to go to work. Black power.